Okay, so hello YouTube. Stepford Escape. Karen here. Just wanted to do a video. Hopefully it won't take too long. I was actually smart this time and I made a script for it, so to keep me on point. Just got home from work. Yes, I work on a Sunday. I hate my schedule. Hate my job, actually. I want out of the medical field so bad. I mean, it's like all it's about is the money. The employers don't give a rat's behind about their employees. It's just, but I didn't come on here to talk about that. Anyway, first, breaking news, at least breaking news to me. Many of you may have already heard about this, but I haven't. I just heard it today while I was watching news clips at work. Shooting in Buffalo, New York. 10 dead, 3 wounded, 11 victims were black. And I can already hear the groans. Like, what difference does that make? Okay, for me, it makes a difference because I'm quote-unquote black. I've said before how I hate the terms black and African-American. African-American because I was born here. I am not a naturalized citizen, therefore I am not a hyphenated American. I am American. And black, this is not black. This, my jacket is black. This is brown. So I'm not black. Alright, but anyway. According to one of the news reports that I watched, they said that the shooter, the day previous to the shooting, had a 2.5-hour conversation with a patron of the store. The guy said that the two of them sat down and they discussed string theory, CRT, and politics. And he said it was a really good conversation, that the guy sounded super smart and really intelligent. Okay? And he said he didn't, now that he thinks about things, he didn't seem like a threat. He just seemed like a nice young guy that was, pretty knowledgeable. But I can guarantee you that the defense is going to use this when it comes to trial. They'll definitely use this to say that his crime wasn't racially motivated, because the guy that he had the long conversation with was an older black gentleman. But let's be real here. Dylan Ruth went to church and sat down in the prayer service and enjoyed some of the prayer service with those people in South Carolina before he got up and decided to shoot up the church. Okay? But his writings, his videos, everything showed that he did not like black people. That's all I'm saying. And this guy in his manifesto did not like white people, Jewish people, and illegal immigrants. And he used some of Tucker Carlson's talking points about the great replacement theory or plan that the government has. I mean, it sounds stupid to me even saying it, great replacement. Please, if they want to increase their numbers, tell their women start having more babies. I mean, geez, whatever. But I'm sure that I've also, when they arrested him, okay, what I heard in one of the reports today is that they've already got him a psych eval. Either it's been scheduled or they've already had it. But my question to this is, why every time some crazy ass white dude does something, or woman, why do they always go there? That they're mentally ill? This dude planned this thing out. He knew what he was doing. Anybody else, it would just be because they're just bad people. They're just evil people. But every time it's one of these white dudes, they're crazy. They have mental problems. Maybe he used to wet the bed when he was young. It's an excuse. I'm sick of it, man. They gotta stop. They have to start making these people accountable for what they do, or it's just gonna keep happening. I mean, honestly, take the guy at his word. He wrote exactly what he planned to do and why he was doing it. The fool is not mentally ill. Please stop it. Stop it. Oh, I could go into a whole tirade on this, but I'm going to stop there. That's my last point on that. So the next thing that I heard on another news clip, it was that they had found a mass grave of Native American children. And so they are now looking into these government-sanctioned re-education schools that they sent Native American children to help integrate them. Not integrate, but assimilate them into American culture. I'm so tired. I mean, honestly, wasn't it bad enough that you killed off most of those people? And now you take their children and you try to brainwash their children to be like you. They'll never be like you. No matter what you do, they will never be like you. But anyway, I mean, this wasn't a brand new story to me. I learned about this from one of the elders, and I can't remember what tribe she was in when I attended the International Native American powwow in Orlando, Florida. They have it there every year. I mean, I don't know if they have it now with Ron DeSantis as their goofy ass governor, but they used to have the national powwow there. And so she would tell us about them putting these kids in these schools and trying to take away their language and their culture. But some of the stories that on the news was some of the things she didn't go into detail about how they used to make the children scrub the brown off of them. Really? I mean, if brown is so bad, why y'all's dumbasses go and sit out in the sun risking skin cancer so you can get darker? I mean, I know it's because you know you're not going to stay that way, but hell, if brown and dark brown is so bad, why the heck do y'all do that? Please explain it to me, because it doesn't make logical sense. You want to talk about mentally ill? That's mentally ill. Always trying to be what you hate. I don't get it. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Unless maybe I'm just the one that's crazy and don't understand what's going on. I don't know. But I'm sure, since all this talk about this so-called CRT that's being taught in elementary and middle schools and high schools, which is not. That's just a Republican talking point. That's actually not being taught. But anyway, I'm sure the politicians are going to try to bury this one about the Native Americans. But I'm sorry, it'd be really hard to do that. Read Mein Kampf, even in Mein Kampf. And I used to know the page and the line number. I can't remember right now because I read the book. But even Hitler based his model of the final solution on what Americans did to the Native Americans. And in that book, the thing that struck me was that he wrote in that book, almost verbatim, that the Americans didn't go far enough. So they can try to deny it all they want, but other people outside of this continent recognize what happened and what was done here. So whatever. I mean, come on. Even Hitler used us as an example. End of that talking point. My next talking point, pro-life hypocrites on Fox News. So, watching some clips from them, looks like they're losing their shit over the fact that our government is supplying baby formula to immigrant children. Okay, before I go on, I'll be the first one to say that the United States needs to stop getting into everybody else's business and take care of home. But they don't do that, do they? So why am I be upset because they feeding immigrant children and not feeding their own? I mean, that's par for the course. They send money to all these other countries to help them out, but then get the panties in a twist when American people are requesting for an increased minimum wage. I mean, just even listening to this stuff is enough to drive somebody absolutely insane. What are you fussing for? It's not affecting you. And it's always these rich people who are fussing about this crap, and it doesn't affect them. And then, okay, and here's another thing for you. You have some of these people who are on WIC so that they can get their baby formula. Did you all know that with the WIC program, they specify what formula can be bought with that WIC benefit? So even if the shelves were full of baby formula in our stores, mothers who have to use WIC to feed their children, if the mandated brand is not in the store, they still can't get their formula. And WIC are for people that really don't have the extra money to buy these things. So now you walk in the store and you look, and the only brands there, brands is not going to be covered by WIC, but yet you don't have the cash in your pocket to be able to buy that formula. What the hell? But yet you all gonna sit and fuss because they're sending formula to the immigrant children. I guarantee you it's stuff that's probably already past its expiry date, or that was sitting in a warehouse somewhere. I'm sure it's not the best that they're sending them. But no, here we go again. They want to use something else. It's like, Lord have mercy. Instead of y'all concentrating on this dumb shit, can you all please do something for us? You got people who used to be middle class living in a big nice house, taking care of their families, having to move into hotels and motels in their cars, in parks, because they can't afford their mortgage anymore. Older people not knowing where they're going to go if they're going to have to live in their cars because rents are becoming astronomical. Yet salaries have barely went up in a couple decades? When I was like 20, 21, back in 85, I was making $13 an hour at the company that I was working at. That's a long time ago. I will be 57 in a couple of weeks. But back then I was making that much, and then when I moved out here, I had places wanting to offer me $14 an hour. It's like, dude, I have almost 30 years of experience doing this, and that's what you want to offer me? That's like an insult. You might as well spit in my face. But again, no, we're going to complain that immigrant children are getting formula, but our people don't have it because it's not on the shelves. Well, whose fault? Or who's partially at fault for that? But, I'm not gonna say nothing. But it kills me because these people are so-called pro-life. So their resolve to this is starve them brown children and feed ours. Yet, our people probably wouldn't be able to afford it anyway. So we just sit there. Okay, whatever. These are the same people who don't want to have a livable wage, don't want universal health care, trying to get rid of public schools, will not subsidize child care, but yet they got so much to say on stuff that don't really matter. I don't even know, why do we have politicians? Why? I mean, all they do is sit up there and get rich. I mean, I have said it before. Those people sitting up on Capitol Hill, and I am not just talking Republican, I am talking about them Democrats too. They are nothing but a bunch of high dollar hookers. That's what they are. They go out there, they shake their ass, say whatever they need to get that money from those donors, and that is all they care about. They don't give a crap about any of us out here. None of them. Once they start raking in that cash from corporations and other rich people, please, they're like, regular Americans, who? What? Shahu, what you say? They don't care about us. They don't care about us. And when you all start getting it, that they don't care, maybe then we all can like stop looking at each other suspect because our skin is different and actually do something so that we can be taken care of. But hey, I'm just one person, and who am I? I'm probably just crazy, exaggerating my feel, And that brings me to my third point, which is my feelings. And I know that there are people who feel like I'm not justified in my feelings. I'm overacting in my feelings. But I'm sorry, my feelings are my feelings. My experiences are my experiences. And unless you have been in my shoes, or you somehow have some kind of miraculous superhero powers where you can jump in my body and experience, like Moon Knight, don't tell me how I should feel, what is wrong with how I feel, why my views are wrong or skewed or whatever, because my feelings are my feelings. It would be like me talking to a rape victim and telling her, oh honey, it really wasn't that bad. You'll get over it. I know how you feel. Or, honey, maybe you shouldn't have wore that short skirt. Honey, maybe you shouldn't have talked to the guy. Honey, maybe you shouldn't have flirted with him or accepted the drink that he bought for you. Or I could say, well, maybe he just really liked you and he wasn't trying to hurt you. You should be happy that he was interested in you, that he liked you, that he wanted you. Not all men are like that. Yeah. You think about that. If I said that to somebody that just got raped, you tell me how much you would appreciate that. See, I've never been raped or sexually assaulted. Now, I have been ready to fight a man. But see, that's my attitude. So, y'all really need to think about that. When you tell people their feelings are not justified, that their experiences are not their experiences, or not everybody's like that, you are discounting what they have been through and how they feel. And you shouldn't do that. You can't do that. Just like all my friends that I have that are gay, I can't discount their feelings or their being uncomfortable when they go in certain spaces. Things people have said to them. I can't, because it's not me. I haven't experienced that, and that would be wrong and arrogant and just, I don't know how else to express that. When I tell people that I'm afraid of the police, I'm serious. When I am riding down the street and one of their cars pass me or I see it coming, I almost get diarrhea because I get really nervous seeing them now. I really, really do. Because I don't know, and I know not all cops are bad. I'm not stupid. I know that. But the fact is that how do I know that one that I didn't pass that day is one of them crazy ass thugs that's in the police department that decide, I'm going to kill me an N-word today. I don't know that because so many of them are messed up in the head. I don't know where they're getting these people. It's almost like they're going into the jails and hiring people to be cops, because I just don't understand. When I was in Maryland, I knew some police officers. They were good people. I just don't know who these people are that's out there now. It's like, did all the good ones retire or go to other jobs? I don't understand. These crazy ass people that are in the police department now, I don't know. But like I said, I know there are some good ones. I mean, I have to say, the captain of the Morgan Hill Police Department here, around here, he actually came by my place. I was at work, so I missed him because I had wrote him this heartfelt letter because I made a donation, and I hadn't made donations to police departments in probably 15 years because I just don't trust the police. But when I wrote him, I put in there, I'm making this donation. I wish I could specify what type of cops it could go to, because I feel like I'm just paying for my own execution. Anyway, I guess the letter must have affected him in some way, because he came by to see me. I wasn't home, but he did leave his card, and he left me a gift and wrote a little note on his card. I could call him if I ever needed anything. So he left his email address too, so I emailed him back and thanked him for that, because I wasn't expecting that. And I told him he didn't really have to come by. I was just expressing what I was feeling at the time. But it meant a lot that he even took the time out to do that, because he didn't have to. So, yes, I'm very jaded and cynical, but I do know that there are some good ones out there. But then it worries me for the good cops, because the bad cops make it more dangerous for the good cops. Because you get some crazy fool out here that decide, I'm going to take me out some cops. Do you think he's going to stop to ask, are you a good one? Are you a bad one? Do you hate certain groups of people? They're not going to ask. They're just going to shoot anybody in a police uniform. So I worry about them too, which I also put in the letter that I wrote to him. I actually have his card in my purse. I keep it with me. But that was one of the things that I wrote in my letter, is that I am so worried for the good cops, because the bad ones make the job more dangerous for them. So, my final talking point is, rest in peace, Naomi Judd. I saw an interview with her daughter Ashley with Diane Sawyer when I was at work. Probably shouldn't have watched that at work, because I get emotional when it comes to suicides. I had a feeling that's what she did, was killed herself, but the first news report I saw on it was so vague that you didn't know what happened. But Ashley actually confirmed it was a suicide and that her mother used a firearm. I don't like to really get into suicides, because I tend to obsess about them. And the reason I obsess about them, because it is something that I have thought about myself. I've never actually tried anything, because my dumb ass would probably botch it, and then I'd end up a turnip, having somebody change my diaper every day. So yeah, I've never done it, but I have thought about it. I have wanted to, because I feel like basically I'm pretty useless. My childhood was stolen from me by being in a high control cult. Didn't really get to go to college. I took some classes, but I didn't do what I wanted to do. Not really. I didn't get to do the jobs that I really wanted to do, except as like a side gig, and that was special effects makeup. It's just so tiring living in this world. I walk around the streets wondering, well, how many people wish I didn't exist, because I had this misfortune of being born with this skin. And it's difficult, because a lot of people hate black people. And I'm not just talking white people. A lot of the other groups I mean, it's us. It's like we are the boogeyman of the world, and I don't understand why, because it's not like we can really do anything to affect anybody. How come they never look at the people that's actually controlling everything? That's who you should be mad at, not us. You know, I didn't steal your land. I didn't bomb your country. I mean, why are you all so mad at us? It's not us. We didn't do anything to you. But living with that burden, and I'm one of these people, Miss Perfectionist, I take all that stuff in personally. And imagine what it's like, because I already have trouble liking myself, you know, growing up with that guilt that you're a good for nothing slave my entire childhood into adulthood. And then I realized that the world don't like me. Wish I wasn't here. Just living with that burden is hard. Struggling to keep a roof over my head, working a job I hate, where most days I wish, could I just die in my sleep and not wake up? Because I don't want to go there today. I mean, this is what I feel every single morning. I am mad when I get up that, oh, I'm still alive and I got to go to this place. That's how I feel. So that's why I don't like to, when somebody has committed suicide, I really don't like to get into the stories, because then I start obsessing about ways to do it, and ooh, when would I? And and she was such a nice lady, from what I could tell. I mean, you know, I didn't know her personally, but she just seemed like such a kind person. And if she could get to that point where she would take herself out, it's like, what chance do I have, man? But yeah, rest in peace. Good wishes to her daughters. I know that they are in pain right now. You know, I had never really mourned my mother the proper way, because that's when I was really starting to wake up, was before she died and when she did. And some of the things that, I'm not going to go into it because it'd be too long, because we're almost at 30 minutes. But yeah, I never really mourned my mother properly. So I watch stuff like that too, and it really hits me that my mother is not here. I can't talk to her. I can't call her. So yeah, but that's the last point on that. Miss Judd, you will be missed. So I know that this video was heavily emotional. A lot of my videos have, but you know, this one had a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. It's like, because the first thing I see on TV this morning was the shooting in Brooklyn, and I was just, and then when I heard the guy was getting a psyche eval, I just got pissed. Yeah. So I didn't mean to bring anybody down, but I am just so mentally and emotionally tired of this effing country, of people in general. I hate people. I'm just gonna put out there, I generally hate people. If aliens exist, hey, can y'all come get me? Because I am really tired of being here. So that's all I have to say for today. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. I'm gonna go in here and try to enjoy mine, because I have to go in early tomorrow. Topic for another day. Yeah, so this is Stepford Escapee, aka Karen. I'm out, guys. Have a good one. Bye.